Guys, it's your girl Cindy. Welcome back again to another video. If you are new here, hi, my name is Cindy. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Guys, I just want us to talk about Susan Smith today. Her video, her story, her pictures are trending on TikTok. People are making videos talking about this white woman right here. Let's find out what she did. So I got to know about this white woman's story today. I have to be honest with you. And this happened 30 years ago. I have put together a few videos. We are going to hear from these people. Apparently they shared the story, but I'm just going to give you just a hint about, what happened or what she did 30 years ago. 30 years ago, Susan Smith unalived her 2 kids. She cooked up a story and said that a black man did that. Please, if you know about this story, let us know in the comments. And if you want to weigh in, please, we would love to read from you. Like I said, I just got to know about this story. And then my question is, why did she bring a black person into her story? Why a black person? I have put together a few videos. Let's just hear what these people said. Her story is trending on TikTok. Stay with me, guys. Let's check these videos out.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand the story. You're married. You and your husband get separated. You start having relations with another man while you and your husband are separated. So one day while you laying up underneath this other man, y'all talking about your future, and he expressed to you, I don't want no kids. You look at him and say, bet. So you then go home where your 2 kids with your husband are. You take and put them 2 kids of yours in your funky Toyota. You strap them into their car seats. You give them a snack and say, y'all going on a ride. And you ride them right into a river. Then you go home and call the police and say a Negro man carjacked you and took your babies. You go down to the police department. You sit in front of a police sketch artist and you describe this Negro man. The police then take that sketch and plaster it all over the news looking for this Negro man. You get on the news crying and pleading and begging for this Negro man to bring your kids back. Telling the world how you and your husband would do anything to get your babies back. And you went on with this ruse for weeks until the police said, well, hold out, wait a minute. Something don't make sense. And then they figure, hold on, ain't no Negro. She did something to them kids. Now the gig is up. Now you didn't confess to killing your kids. So you get arrested. You go to trial. Now the prosecutor like, I don't care nothing about what she talking about. She gonna get this needle. But oh my. Oh me, oh my. Them women on that jury that looked like you was like, well, no, I can't get involved with murder. Even though you murdered 2 innocent babies. But them women that looked like you was like, no, let's just give her life in prison. Because then she has nothing else to do but think about what she did to them babies. That's going to hurt her a lot worse than killing her. Okay. So the judge gives you life with the possibility of parole. Well, now that possibility has come up. And you sit in front of the parole board, snotting and crying, talking about why you need to be free. Why your ex-husband, the father of them 2 babies, is crying and snotting about how you only been in there for 30 years, 15 years per child, and how his babies were worth a lot more than that. And then when they deny you, oh, wow, now your true colors come out. Now you mad. Now you're upset. Baby, be glad you still alive to be upset. Because I know 2 people who are not. Wait a minute. Now they're going too far. You don't deserve to be out. They need to build you a cell deep underneath the prison. That's where you need to be. See, you don't deserve to be in general population where you can have friends, you can see daylight. You need to be locked away where you have nothing but yourself and your thoughts, sitting up there with your prison makeup on. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And when she come up again, deny her again. Absolutely.
Well, this is some great news out of South Carolina. Susan Smith has been denied parole for her conviction in unaliving her 2 boys in 1994, 30 years ago. And she was up for parole for the first time. So apparently in court, from some of the commentary I read, she was crying, but reporters that I saw talking about it said they didn't really see any tears. So she has been denied, and the vote was unanimous. So they got this one right. Now her ex-husband was there, father of the 2 boys, and he has to, unfortunately, this will be something that he will have to go through every 2 years, because now she will be up for parole every 2 years. But at least for now, she remains where she belongs, in prison.
According to Susan, on the night that everything happened, she had driven around in her Mazda with her 2 kids in the back, contemplating taking her own life. Eventually, she decided instead to drive her car to the end of a boat lift, hop out, and roll it into the water, all with her kids strapped in the back seat. Everything she said about the black gunman was completely fabricated. For 9 days, this police sketch that they made off of her description was just circulating around nationwide. Like I said in an earlier part, police received thousands of tips. Thousands. That means thousands of people were accusing black men of a crime that Susan herself committed. After her arrest and trial, Susan was sentenced to life in prison for 2 counts of murder. I'm a true crime podcaster, and what was wild to me about Susan's case was how little of the media coverage actually talked about the fact that she falsely accused a black man of this crime. Most coverage was far more interested in the sexy sensationalism of why a mother would kill her own children. But the fact of the matter is, by accusing a black man, Susan put thousands of black men across the country in danger. I mean, just look at this news clipping. The suspect is a black man in his 30s or 40s, 5'9" to 6 foot and 175 pounds, wearing a plaid shirt, blue jeans, and a knit cap. How many people do you think that describes? Luckily, Susan came forward with the truth, but we know that in history, this isn't always the case when white women accuse black men of crimes they didn't commit. Conversations like this that examine racism and homophobia and sexism and so many other things, they're what I felt was missing from the true crime space. So that's why I created my podcast, True Crime. We're on all the podcast streaming platforms, link in bio, and we have hundreds of 5-star reviews. If you're looking for a true crime podcast that has more nuance, asks more questions, examines critical issues, and looks at how systems create the crimes we see in our communities, then you can check us out and let us know what you think.
Susan Smith, did you really go in front of the parole board and say what you said? This is crazy to me. Now, I know you had your parole hearing yesterday, and I was like, well, whatever, she's probably not going to get out anywhere. At least I hope she doesn't. And then when I heard you didn't, I was like, oh, that's a relief. But I just watched you in your parole hearing crying your eyes out. And when they ask you what is important, you say, I have learned that family is important. It took you this long to learn that? Tell that to the 2 little boys who are no longer here with their father right now. This is just insane to me. And on top of that, you've gotten infractions while you were in there. You are the epitome of what a victim is. A true, I'm a victim of the world. This is just, like, some people go in and they really do get some kind of rehabilitation. But you have went in there and learned to try and play people, and everybody can see it. I hope you stay in there the rest of your life, and not just because of that, because those 2 children deserve so much better. You know what you did to them, and you ruined so many lives, and it took you this long to realize that family was important.
Are you seeing the name Susan Smith all over the news today? Well, I'm here to tell you why. 30 years ago, Susan Smith strapped her 2 boys, ages 1 and 3, in the back seat of the car and let her car roll down into a boat ramp into the water. And for 6 long minutes, those boys were probably crying for their mama while they were drowning. Now, she went on TV, and for the longest time, she denied. At some point, she blamed it on a black guy, and she just kept crying for help on the TV, and her husband at the time, he stood by her side. Long story short, she was convicted of first-degree murder on 2 counts for killing her sons. You want to know why she did it? She did it because she was in love with another man, even though she was married, and he didn't want any little kids. Of course, her defense was that she was depressed, she was suicidal, and tonight on News Nation, Dan Abrams said, "Do you think she was trying to pull a Menendez?" She was saying that when she was young, she was sexually assaulted. Geraldo Rivera said, no, she wasn't pulling a Menendez. She was just straight up crazy. So anyways, after 30 years of being in prison in South Carolina, she was up for parole. And all over TV, you can listen to her parole hearing, and you can hear the parole board ask her questions about if she's going to be a good person if she's let out of prison and into society. Well, today she was denied parole. She doesn't seem sad. She doesn't seem remorseful. Nobody showed up to her parole board hearing on behalf, and nobody has her back. Her ex-husband said he never received an apology from her for all of the horror she caused their family and those 2 little boys. He said he's never received a letter, a phone call, nothing. No remorse. And while she's been in prison, she hasn't exactly been an angel. She's had sex with 2 prison guards, so she had to be moved to another prison. She's gotten in trouble for doing drugs. And she's had relationships over the last 3 years with over 12 men on the outside because she's trying to find sugar daddies to bankroll her basically all her legal problems. So today she was denied parole. And in 2 years, she'll be up for parole again.
Guys, this woman literally put all black men in danger. The moment she told the police that the black man was behind it, trust me, all black men were in danger. How? I saw the pictures of the innocent kids. I always say this, that kids are innocent. Why would she do such an evil thing? You could have just divorced your husband. Go your separate ways. If you don't want to keep the kids, then your husband can have the kids. Then you go with the other man and enjoy your life. Wow. I am still wondering why she brought a black person into her story. Why black people? Why? Anyways, you guys, I saw this story trending on TikTok. Of course, I decided to bring this video here. If you want to see more videos, if you want to follow up the story, please go on TikTok and type her name, Susan Smith. Videos are gonna pop up for you to watch. If you're not on TikTok, you can just Google, or you can, watch other videos on YouTube, because this is what is trending. Now, they have put her back in jail for another 2 years. And I saw a video, the husband was interviewed, and he said he just wants the woman to go back. He just wants the woman to go back. Anyways, guys, let me know what you all think in the comments. Like I said, if you have heard about this story before now and you want to weigh in, please, personally, I would love to read from you. Like, this is crazy. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another video. I'm gonna see y'all in my next one. Wow. Bye.